listen up, guys. If you're a beginner, hobbyist, or older person doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or all three, okay, you need to hear this because the two most injury-prone Jiu-Jitsu positions are costing people a lot of time away from the mats and costing people a lot of money. All right, so if you're not careful, you could be next. But today, I'm going to break it all down so you can train smarter and stay injury free. Because one bad move in these positions, then boom, you're going to be out for weeks and worse, months. All right, everyone, welcome to the Valaris Training Center YouTube channel. I am Mark Entrata, 47 years old, first degree black belt under the legendary Professor Cobrina Charles. All right, so think of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu positions like driving. Okay, some are like being stuck in traffic, boring, but safe. Others, full speed highway chaos. You know, in a traffic jam, when you hit another car, what's the worst thing that could happen? What? Fender bender, could scrape the paint. See, nothing too serious. Well, unless you hit the Ferrari, then yeah. But anyway, but you get the point. All right, but in a full speed highway, you know, if you hit another car or another car hits you, it's gonna be a total wreck. Okay, so it's the same with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Some positions are like being stuck in EDSA, while some like in an empty or like a highway with just very very few cars. All right, so but before we get into it, please do me a favor and hit the like button if you love Jiu-Jitsu and want to train for years without getting sidelined. It helps our channel grow and tells YouTube that more grapplers like you need to see this. So, all right, let's go. Let's get to it. Okay. The first position is the stand-up. Okay. You know the saying, a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So thankfully, this was a mindset that I've adopted early on in my jiu-jitsu journey, even as early as white belt. Why? Because as a white belt, I've witnessed other white belts do wrestling and stand up with more experienced people, and man, a lot of them eventually got hurt. And after seeing those things, I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm just gonna start pulling guard, especially because I'm like a hobbyist. And no, I wasn't like super serious with doing this. But anyway, see, now why is stand up a recipe for injury? Okay, so first, it's high impact. Hard landings on the mat are brutal. And if you don't know how to fall, you could seriously get hurt. Next, there's just too much space. Okay, there's too many variables that are very hard to control. So what happens then? What are the common injuries for stand up? Well, the first one is the ACL, okay, which is like torn ACLs on, well, in case you didn't know, ACLs like on the knee, okay. This usually happens because of a bad wrestling takedown, or sometimes someone actually lands on your leg while you're getting thrown or getting taken down, different reasons, but all from stand up. Okay. Next one is shoulder separations if you do not know how to break fall properly. And the last one, which is probably one of the most dangerous ones, is concussion, because yes, you can hit your head. If you have time after this, YouTube Caro Parisian. He's a former UFC fighter and probably the best judoka to ever fight MMA. And my God, the throws he was doing on field. Check out his highlights. He should be thankful that the UFC didn't use concrete as their mats. Why? Because he would have landed in jail for sure with all the throws that he did to other trained fighters. All right, so now, how do we stay safe? Okay, now if you want to train long term, here are some of the things that you need to do. First one, master your break falls. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world to do, okay, but it's a very good investment later on. Okay, especially because you're sooner or later you're gonna have to learn how to do stand-up techniques, and which leads us into the second suggestion: ease into the stand-up training. Don't go in there, balls to the wall without knowing much. See, that's how you get hurt. So learn the techniques, learn the movements. While doing that, also improve your coordination, your stability, and all those things so you can improve your core. So the moment you're finally allowed to do stand-up training, or when you do decide to do stand-up training, you're going to be much more aware, and your body is going to be more prepared to handle the training. All right, so if you've ever had a bad fall or witnessed one, drop on the comments below. See, I'm starting to sound like a pro YouTuber now. See, I'm learning. I'm learning. All right. So anyway, the second position is the open guard. Okay. Um, Remember the highway versus traffic analogy? Well, open guard is another full speed position. Why? Because like stand up, there's too much movement, too much unpredictability. Okay. Passing the open guard and playing open guard looks super cool. Okay. Especially in high level competition. See all these barambolos and all these amazing passes, all these inversions and whatnot. But for beginners, man, this could get really, really disastrous. Okay, so why is open guard first? Why is the open guard position dangerous? I'm just gonna tell you a super quick story. Okay, a few years ago, we weren't under Professor Cabrina yet. There was a guy who wanted to train, and he told us that he used to do underground MMA fights. So come sparring time, just to be on the safer side, I went with the guy just to check. So I was playing guard, so I was playing open guard. So of course he tried to pass it, and eventually I got two elbows on the face as he was trying to pass my guard. But really, I didn't think it was done on purpose. It was really just done. It really happened out of his carelessness and lack of awareness and body control. Okay, so what happened was eventually I swept him. Okay, after getting hit on the face two times, I swept him, and when I started to pass his guard, he started panicking and elbowed my face once again to stop the guard pass. But of course, I continued the guard pass. But anyway, see, so I got struck three times. Okay, so it's a good thing I kept my cool. Okay, and I just did the right thing to do, which was to call the cops, and I filed charges on that guy. So now he's in jail. Of course, I'm kidding. All right. So why is open guard position dangerous for newer guys? Okay, because first, for the top player, you can injure your knee because of bad foot placement, twisting of your knees, trying to do some type of passes like the knee cut. Okay, and the second one is accidental strikes, like I just mentioned earlier. Now, on the other hand, if you're the bottom player, same, accidental strikes could happen, and the and another thing that could happen is you're posting on the wrong areas. Especially, the top guy has gravity on his side. Okay, so if you post, let's say on the shoulder, but in the wrong way, man, you could really seriously injure your fingers or your wrist. Okay, next is you can get stuck, especially if your partner likes to do the over under passes and the double under passes. And let's say you don't know how to back row, man, you're gonna hurt your lower back and you're gonna hurt your neck. Okay, and the last one really is if your partner is very reckless, like the MMA guy I was telling you about, which it should have been a red flag already because when he was inquiring, his name was in reverse. I was like, that should have been a red flag. No, okay, I'm just kidding. Everything's a red flag these days, yeah? But anyway, so going back, reckless training partners, okay? Again, they're not malicious, who knows, okay? But they're just reckless. And regardless what their intentions are, they can still potentially hurt you. Okay, so how to stay safe? Well, at least in Cabrina, Manila, this is what we remind our students. And maybe it's great if we can remind you too. So first, if you're the passer, move with control, okay, and be aware, okay. Next, keep your head up, meaning you want to know what's happening. Don't pass like this. Don't pass like, okay, because you don't know. You might get hit by his knee. At least you're more aware. Like, oh, his hand going there. Oh, okay. All right. Now you can abandon and protect yourself first. Okay. And lastly, do not force the passes, especially if you feel that there's a little bit of tension already your knees, your shoulders, etc., trying to do some type of pass. Okay, just abandon it. Just stay safe. Okay. Now, if you're the bottom player, first one again, make sure you know where to frame. Okay. Second, if you're getting stuck, do not fight it. This is the reason also why you need to know and do a lot of not just break falls, but back rolls as well. Okay. And then the third one, you just have to speak up, man. If your partner's going a little bit too intense, maybe just remind it, like, hey, Bobby, okay, you do know my son just gave birth to my grandson. Okay. I just want to train now and go home later so I can play with my grandson. So can you just dial down the intensity? Thank you, Bobby. Okay. Communication is key to any relationship. So yeah, so those are some of the advice that we can give you in regards to these positions. So to wrap it up, stand up and open guard passing are the two most injury prone positions in jiu-jitsu because they're fast, dynamic, and unpredictable. And if you're not careful, you will get hurt. So instead of focusing on these two positions as beginners, we suggest that you train more the static positions like close guard, the mount, the side control, even half guard, because the variables here are more controlled. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. But now you know exactly how to train safe. So master your break falls, master your back rolls, move with control, and train smart. The best ability is availability. So don't let injuries take you off the mats. Okay, so if this helped you, smash the like button so more grapplers can train smarter. And if you want more content like this, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will drop new videos every 2 to 3 days to help you stay safe, have fun, and do jujitsu until you're 99. All right. So also drop a comment below if you've had any type of injury or if you've witnessed some of the worst injuries. Drop below and let's talk about it so we can learn from each other. Until then, I'll see you all soon. Peace.